everybody. It's Heather from Cottontail Crafts. It's Thursday, September 11th, and I thought I would just jump on and show you what I got made so far this week. I have 2 pattern tests that I will show you, and then I made some more of those little mini cats because I sold 10 out of 15 last week. And then I have a market this Saturday in the same location I was last weekend, or the weekend before, 2 weeks ago. And then I bought a new pattern. And I worked on that during my live last night. For those of you who joined me, you know which pattern I'm talking about. So it's like 8 in the morning. My friend Lisa, who owns a floral shop where I have my stuff on consignment, she asked me to cover her shop for hopefully just 2 hours. She has a commitment and she doesn't want to close the shop because she has produce in her shop now. And I guess the produce has been doing pretty good for her, so she didn't want to be closed. So that should be interesting and fun. She has like over 30 vendors in her store. My only concern is ringing stuff in wrong. And she's like, well, you have a square. I said, yes, I have a square. I don't have any inventory in it. I just put in the amount and hit, you know, the charge button. She has over 30 different vendors. Some of them are consignment. She has some people in there that aren't consignment. She has produce. Some of it has to be weighed. Flowers, I know absolutely nothing about flowers. I don't even like flowers. They die. I just never have been a flower person ever, ever, ever. So this should be interesting. I will have to let you know how it goes. I think I'm going to take a bag with me because I'm going to remove some stuff that's been on her shelf for a while. I have a few things over there that have been there for a while. So guess what? We're going to make a new clearance bin. I have 2 bins over there that I could probably go through and find some more clearance bins. So maybe I'll sort through that later. Yeah, should be interesting. Like, Lisa's a hoot. Like, me and her, like, she's quite the hoot. Like, she used to work where I work now, and she left to open her own business. So I know Lisa pretty well. She's quite the character. But I'm just happy doing my 20 hours a week at work and my markets, and like, I'm happy. I don't know. I just don't know how this is gonna go. We'll see. Okay, so I pumped out a few more of the kittens from Pogsy's place. I know I'm probably saying that wrong. Don't come at me in the comments. I'm an East Coast maritimer. I don't pronounce everything like everybody else. I had somebody come at me in the comments for, why do you say patterns? And I'll type it out on the screen how she wrote it in the comments. Because that's how I say it. That's how I say it. I ain't gonna change after how many years? I'm 53. I ain't gonna change how I say pattern. Maybe every time I say pattern, I'll put it up on the screen with the cinnamons that she used. Anywho, I made some more kitty cats. That's just my little rant. Oh, I actually made more than I thought. I made 1 white. I made 1 white. I made 2 gray. This one I made when I was video chatting with Robin one day and I missed around. So look at how I missed around between his tail and his legs. So he's a little bit shorter. Yes, I'm blaming you, Robin. This one, I just made my own color change. I went rogue. I didn't feel like following, you know. I just didn't feel like following color changes on a pattern, so I just winged it. It's a cat. Put the spots wherever you want. And then, you know, spooky season is approaching. Now, I'm not going to go crazy with the Halloween because I have acrylic Halloween that's going to go in my clearance bin. Bats that I made probably 3 years ago. And they're cute, but everybody wants the plush yarn. They don't want the acrylic yarn. Well, for me anyway. So I made 3 black cats. I did one with gold eyes, one with silver eyes, and then these are the new discs that I bought that I showed last week. And the way the light hits it, it changes color. It's really cute. So I got 3 black cats. So I made 7. So I made 7 more cats. And that still doesn't cover what I sold last weekend. So yeah, but like there's so much stuff that I'm close to being out of, and I just can't. With my wrists, I just can't pump it out like I used to. So it is what it is. I'm not going to stress about it. I enjoy doing the markets, and I'm just. Oh, there's another one there in my pile. So I guess I did 8 cats. Again, I was chatting with Robin. I don't know what I did with the ears. It almost looks like a llama, a little baby llama. But it's a kitty cat. So I did 8 kittens. All these patterns will be linked in the description below. So then I wanted to do another Highland cow because the last one I made, I gave it to Miss Brenda. And I wanted to do it in the Elise Veluto yarn, but I don't have a lot of animal colors. I didn't go, I mean, I did buy 43 balls of Elise Veluto, but I bought a lot of different colors, like 1 ball of each color. And I think I only got 2 black, 2 white, a couple of gray. So I might have to put another order in for the Elise Veluto yarn. But I did him in the Premier Plush yarn, and I used Toffee and Rust. And the gray for the feet, I used Sweet Snuggles Light from Michael's yarn. So I made another Highland cow. This is April from the Cozy Buckeye. And I have not had the cows to market yet, so I wanted to make another one. And how she does the horns is really, really cool, but I'm not going to tell you how she did them. So you would have to buy the pattern to see how she does them, but it's really, really neat. She has a video for the horns, and she also has a video for the loop stitches. And I used Elise Veluto Forest Tail because it doesn't really fray when you cut it. And I used decorated safety eyes for his eyes. They're light blue, green glitter with a teal background. But he's adorable. And I did put another order in for the plush yarn because I really like it, except for this toffee. This toffee is the stiff, awful stuff. But I want it more black, more white. I ordered some more of the brown color, which is rust, but to me it looks brown. And I ordered a light pink, a couple of light pinks, because I want to make some cows with the pink nose. So I made another cow. I love these. They are so stinking cute. Adorable. I like the loaf animals though. Really cute. So then April, she put out a tester call for her next loaf critter, and of course I applied for it because I like all the loaf animals that she's been coming out with. So she came out with a, I say opossum, that's probably wrong. Possum. I guess it's just possum. I feel like I have to watch how I pronounce everything now. It is what it is. I don't care. I don't care. I say it how I say it. Don't come after me. But she came out with Ozzy the Opossum. So I believe today is release day for this cute little fella. And he's adorable. So I used some of my new glitter discs that I got last week. And the only pink I had in the Michael's yarn was this coral color, which is another reason why I wanted to order some light pink in the plush, because I would have preferred a lighter pink, but that's all I have. And I didn't order any light pink in the Elise Voluto, so I just feel like Perfect Chunky would have been too thin. So this is the color that I had. But he's adorable, very easy to make. I think she has 2 options for the tails after feedback from the testers. So she has a tail that has a kink in it, or you can do a straight tail. Because they do hang from limbs, you know, with their tail. They do. And so I made mine before the straight option went in. But it's adorable. We don't have these critters in Nova Scotia, so I made one, and it was very hard to only make one. I wanted to make more, but I want to see if he sells before I make another one. I've had Robin's critters to market before, and even though they sold, they didn't sell quickly, so I have one to test the waters this weekend. So we'll see. If he sells, I'll probably make 2. And I gotta start taking some of this stuff over to Lisa too. I mean, I do have some foxes and wolves, but I gotta start pushing some new stuff, because I don't have a whole lot of markets in. I only have 2 markets in October, which is not a lot for me. I usually have way more than that. So we're gonna push some stuff over to Lisa and try to get the sales a little bit better. So good. Do you hear my puppy dog? Down there licking, 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 licking. Baby, you're really loud. Can you like zip it just for like 5 more minutes? No, he's not going to stop. So if you hear him licking in the background, I apologize. So the next animal I made was a pattern test for Stacy. And I've made a lot of her fancy pants that she's been coming out with. And she just came out with like another tester call. So there was, I'm trying to think of all the animals there were. There was a capybara. I say capybara. If it's wrong, oh well. So there was a capybara, there was a chicken, and there was, what was the other critter? Oh, a lion. I wanted to do the chicken. Chickens sell pretty well for me, so, and oh my God, it's the cutest thing ever. He's so derpy. I'm just going to show you. And you're not going to be able to look at this without smiling. Or maybe even cracking up. I don't know. But he's adorable. I love him. Oh my God. He's so cute. He's so cute. So I did him in Elise Voluto. 5mm hook. And I think these are 18mm safety eyes, or are they 20? No, they're 20. They're 20mm. So And I had a little bit of each of these colors, and I was almost playing yarn chicken with him, but I won. Now, I don't know why. I don't know why, but I struggle with the feet. And I understood like the instructions, but I just could not get it right. And like I ripped it out at least 5 to 8 times. And I've struggled with patterns before. I remember the first time I ever made dragon wings. I never really crocheted like flat pieces before. And I got frustrated and I had to like put it down and revisit it in the morning. And that's kind of what I did with these. Even though like I understood the assignment, but I don't know. I don't know if I was just messing the picot stitches up. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway. And I was chatting with Robin, and earlier in the day we were chatting, and I'm like, you know what, Robin, we always said we were going to do a combined live. We've been talking about this for at least a year. And so earlier in the day we did a test run, and it wasn't publicized, it was like unlisted. And I gave Brenda the link to, you know, watch us or whatever. Anyway, it was hilarious. And it was after our test run that I was struggling with these. So I was struggling with these, and then within like an hour, me and Robin were going live, and she was struggling with the pattern that she was working on. And as soon as we started the live, like I just couldn't stop giggling about these feet. And everybody else in the group chat was like pumping out their chickens, and here I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I don't know if I'm going through premenopause or what, but my brain, I've been getting real bad brain fog. Like, I've noticed, like, I even have a hard time, like, I know what I want to say, but it comes out wrong. I've noticed, like, in the last few videos that I've done, I've had to put lettering up because I've said wrong things, and I've had to correct it on the screen. So I don't know if it's a combination of that. I just don't know. But anyway, your pattern is great, Stacy. It was totally a me problem, not a pattern problem. But she did add step-by-step pictures for the feet, which I think will help a lot of people. She's like, oh my God, if you're struggling, other people are going to struggle too. And no, not really. I think this is just a me thing. But anyway, this is Dusty. His name is Dusty. I decided not to do the bandana. I don't know. I think he's perfect. Like his eyes. Like, look at his eyes. I don't know. He's just... I would be very surprised if he doesn't sell this weekend. And if he does, you know I'm making more. But he's flipping adorable. This is right up here with the sloth of my favorite fancy pants. And he releases today. And the Ozzy releases today too. All these links will be in the description below. So go get Ozzy. Go get Dusty. He's adorable. So thank you, Stacy, for letting me test Dusty. I'm sorry I struggled on the feet, but again, it was totally me. It was totally me. But look at him. And he pretty much stands, right? Like, because the way she has the feet, like, it's so adorable. I love him. I love him. My hands were really bad this week. Because normally, like, I would have done 2 chickens, 2 opossums, maybe another cow. But my hands were so, and I don't even know what set me off. I think it was the elephant and 3 cows in one day last week is probably what did it. But yeah. And then I slammed my hand on the bathroom door handle yesterday, right here, and most of my paint is right here, right? So now I got paint on this side of my hand and my crochet paint on this side. So I think I will take my crochet to Lisa's, and I'm gonna maybe work on a couple more of these small things that I'm gonna show you next. These are really, really easy. So I bought a new pattern yesterday, and I just wanted to have something different on my live to do because I've been doing the cats a lot. I need to do more dogs too, but I didn't do any more dogs. No, I didn't. I didn't do any dogs this week. But I bought a new pattern. What was the first one that I did? It was... I did it in Michael's Sweet Snuggles Light or Chenille Home Slim. But I made it, this is Mum Stitchetti, and this is her little bat. It's adorable. It's flippin' adorable. It's very easy, but the first time I made it, I missed one part of the step to the wings. So when I put his wings on, they were stretched right out, and they were really, really, really long. And I'm like, why does my wings not look like hers? This was after I had the whole bat made, assembled. And then I reread the pattern, and I did skip one spot where, let me just grab a wing and I'll be right back. Well, these wings are already cinched, but you'll get the gist of it. So you make a wing. It's long this way. You have a yarn tail on this end and a yarn tail on this end. Well, what you do is you take one of your yarn tails, you weave it in through the top of the wing, and then you cinch it. And that's what I didn't do on my first bat. So what I did was I added like I took a scrap piece of yarn and I went into the bat, and then I went through it. I cinched the wing after the fact, but you're supposed to do it with the yarn tail that's on the wing. I hope I'm not confusing you guys, but this pattern is really cute. It's really easy. Just read the whole pattern through thoroughly before you start it. I just missed that one little piece, and it's an important piece. So I made this bat, and she has you crochet the wings and sew them on. I just surface crocheted them. I just find that's a step that's going to make him faster. I struggled with sewing the wings on evenly. Like this one's up a little bit higher than the other. But cinching your wings before you sew them on is key, so don't forget to do that. Now, so this is the first one I made, Sweet Snuggles Light. Then the second one I made was a purple one in Sweet Snuggles Light. And I'm just like, oh, these wings, they're so, like, they're just a little bit floppy. And Mum Stitchetti, she pretty much uses blanket yarn for all of her crochet projects, but blanket yarn kills me. I can't do it. So I plugged through and I made a purple one. I have 3 in the Sweet Snuggles Light. And then I made a black one, and this is with the new Premier Plush. See, I'm not good at sewing the wings on. Like, kids are probably not going to notice this, but it bothers me. It really bothers me. I might even take this wing off and redo it because I got it way off of where this one is. So this one, I'm really not happy with my wing placement. But I did 3 in the Sweet Snuggles Light. And then I'm like, okay, I'm switching to Elise Voluto. And I made this one before I came down to do the live. And this one, this is when I realized, okay, I got to do them in the either blanket yarn or the Elise Voluto. I made this one. And his wings are still a little off. Like, it's, for me, so hard to get these symmetrical. Like, so hard. And I've been using my new glitter discs. I really, really, really like them. And then I just sew the nose the same color as the eye. But I was getting ready to do the live last night, and I'm like, so you make the wings, and you're going in the back loop only. Well, I don't know if you can notice it, but one side is more pronounced with the lines than the other. Well, these are flat crochet pieces that you're sewing on, so one is going to be backwards. And then Robin's like, just make one in the front loop only. So I'm going to have to try that later. I already had my wings crocheted before I started my live last night, so I will try that on my next bat. I just find this one looks better than this one. And it's a minor detail, really. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try a front loop only wing and a back loop only wing and see if that makes a difference. But these are really cute and easy. I think kids will like them. You know, spooky season's coming up. I think these will sell all year round. I think the next one I make, I think I'm going to make it in a brown because we have lots of brown bats. So I made 5 total. This was the first one I did in the Elise Voluto. And then this one is the one I made on my live last night. So cute. I really like the colors on this one. And I had purple eyes set aside, and then I had green eyes set aside, and I'm like, which one should I use? And people were saying purple, purple, purple. I think one person said green. So I was going to do purple eyes, and then Robin's like, do red eyes. And then I'm like, ooh, I have red pupil eyes. But I didn't have any of those down in my craft room, and I didn't want to leave to go upstairs to come back down. So I looked through my new colored discs, and I had white with red specks. And I'm like, well, he can be a vampire bat. It looks like he has like little blood spots on his eyeballs. And then I used red for his nose, and he's my favorite. He turned out the cutest. You see his eyes? Adorable. Adorable. I got the wings a little bit better on this one. Go figure. I was doing a live and chatting. I don't know how this one turned out to be my best bat, but it's adorable. I think I need to cinch them a little bit better. I don't know. And I also tacked these wings a little bit. Or maybe I'm going to sew them lower, and then I'm going to tack them. Like tack them to the side of the body, and then they won't be so floppy. But I will work out the kinks on this one. I think I just need to, she doesn't say to tack them in the pattern, but I think for me, I'm gonna sew them a little bit lower, and then I'm gonna tack them to the side. I think that will make it better, but like I said, kids won't care. Ooh, look at him. He's pretty cute. Pretty cute. So I might take a little bit of yarn with me, and this is what I might work on at Lisa's flower shop today, because I pretty much have the pattern memorized, and you don't need much stuffing. I could always just make a couple of bodies and then add all the stuff at home later, which I might do. But yeah, I think this one's my favorite. So I made a couple bats, and I have 2 more wings, but I don't know. I'll have to check my stash and see if I have another. I mean, I do have a darker gray, I might be able to sew these wings on a darker gray Michael's bat. We'll see. I think I got these ones cinched a little bit better. They don't seem as flimsy. But yeah, I'm gonna sew them on. I'm gonna sew them on, and then I'm gonna tack them up just a little bit. And I think that will make them just a little bit more secure. They might be a little bit shorter, but I don't think that will bother me. So I got 5 bats, 8 cats, a cow, a possum, and a chicken. I don't know how much more I'll get done today because I got to go to Lisa's, and then I have to go to work 1 to 5. Miss Brenda's coming over tomorrow because Lisa needs cards. I'm totally out of birthday, and I'm almost out of the blank all location cards. So Brenda's coming over. We're gonna make some cards depending on how my hands feel, but then I got to go through my market bins and prep for my market that I have on Saturday. So that's it for now. I'll be back to let you know how I made out at Lisa's shop. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think most of the people in the community know me from work anyway. I work in a grocery store at the self-checkout. So when a lot of people come in, they're probably going to recognize me anyway. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's my only worry is bringing people in using her. She has a square, but it's a big square. It's got the monitor. I'm just worried about messing up the consignment people. I might have to take pictures of the stuff before I ring it in, and then that way she'll know what's sold and she can fix any mistakes later, because I'm sure there will be mistakes. But yeah, that's it for now. So I just wanted to thank Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet for doing the live with me. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. I mean, it is an hour and 42 minutes long, but there's some pretty funny bits in it, like where tears are streaming down Robin's face and tears are streaming down my face. Like I had to even get the Kleenex out to dab my eyes were leaking. So yeah, if you need a laugh and you just want to put something on while you're crocheting, go back to that live. The thumbnail is a screenshot of me and Robin, and enjoy. We had a hoot. It was so much fun. So I think the plan is I'll do my live once a week. Robin will try to do her live once a week, and then once a week we're going to take turns. I'll host 1 week, and then she'll host next week of a combined live with the 2 of us, and we'll see how that goes, because we had a lot of fun. It was a hoot. So thank you to everybody who joined that live. I'm sure, I don't know if there's a lot of people that are subscribed. Well, there's probably subscribers that subscribe to Robin and subscribe to me, but I don't think Robin's subscribers knew about the live because I was the one hosting it. So I think the next live, Robin's going to be hosting it, and she has like almost 50,000 more subscribers than me, so it should be interesting. I mean, I only had what, maybe, I think the most we had was 72, and no, that was last night. I think we had like 95 people in the chat when I hosted the live. But with Robin, it'll probably be 250, 300 people in the chat. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun. So I'll be back later with hopefully some more makes, and I'll let you know how I made out at Lisa's. I think I'm going to take a couple of these bats over to Lisa. And I'm going to sell these for $15 at my market. Sometimes I'll raise the price just a little bit at Lisa's, but I don't think the bats can command any more than $15. So I'll take over the black bat and a purple bat. And these 3 bats can go to my market. And then today I'll try to make some more. And we'll see how that goes. because I think these will sew well. So I'll be back later. Bye everybody. So I just arrived at Lisa's flower shop. It doesn't open for another 10 minutes, so I came over a little bit early so I could restock. I brought over some more of the $10 critters that go in my baskets. I'll just flip the camera around so you can see my display. And before I leave to go to work this afternoon, I might take that panda bear. That's been here for over a year. That turtle's been here for over a year. I have a few things that's been here for a while, so those might just go in my clearance bin. But I got a bag here, and I'm just going to add some more stuff to the $10 bin. And I also brought over 2 bats. I'm sorry, the camera's it's hard to hold the bag and film at the same time. So sorry. But here is 2 little bats. And we'll see if they sell. So I'm gonna finish filling these 2 little baskets, and then I'm gonna open the shop and we'll see what this has in store for me today. I don't know what she was thinking, but anyway, I'll let you know how I make out. So we'll talk to you later. Okay, so I just opened Lisa's flower shop. I brought my tripod too. I'm like, well, I might as well get a little bit of filming done while I'm here. I'll throw up a picture of what I have on the table, but we're gonna pump out another bat. And I don't know how busy Lisa's shop gets, but I'm hoping the first hour is nice and slow. I'm here for at least 2 hours. And hopefully she comes back in time for me to go home and change and have a snack before I gotta work 1 to 5 today. But I just brought a little bit of stuffing. I have my yarn, I have my safety eye jig. So I will keep little updates throughout my time here. And I mean, if it gets busy, I'll just have to not film, but we shall see. We shall see how it goes. We'll talk to you soon. So it's 10:25. I've been here for 25 minutes. This is what I got done on my bat. I just had my first customer. He ordered nothing but produce. So the cabbage had to be weighed. I figured that out. But then he had like 12 corn, and I'm like, I'm not ringing in 12 single corns. So I just charged the guy a couple of bags of carrots to like dollar amount of what he had in corn. That's how I got around that catastrophe. She's making her money. I'm just ringing it in wrong. It's all good. Okay, I'll be back later. Okay, it's been 10 minutes since my last filming. I had somebody come in and buy 16 corn. So I texted Lisa, I'm like, you need to tell me how to do quantity because your produce inventory is going to be all out of whack. So I figured that out. We're good. I got his feet in and his eyes are complete. Oh, ow. So we're gonna, there's only 2 more rounds and then I can close his body up and then I'll tinker away at this guy. But so far it's just been produce that's been selling. So I think I can figure that out. We'll see. It's 11 o'clock. I got my little bat crocheted. I got his wings made, so I just gotta sew them on. Now I did what Robin suggested. I did back loops only on one wing and front loops only on the other wing. And once I get them on, I mean, I don't know. I found the front loops only. I struggled a little bit because This is kind of like a little bit like really fuzzy yarn. This is Elise Voluto. So I think it'll be better than doing them both in the back loop only. So I'm gonna sew these on, and I haven't had any customers since the last time I chatted with you. Well, somebody come in, but they didn't have what they were looking for beans, and she doesn't have any beans. Okay, so I will sew the wings on, and I will show you the bat once I get his wings on. Okay, it's 10 after 11. I got my little bat done. And I mean, I'm still not getting the wings right. I don't know. I struggle with sewing on parts anyway, so this is not a problem with the pattern. It's totally me. But I did tack his wings a little bit better. And it's hard to tell if the back loop only or the front loop only made a difference, because this yarn, it's just a little bit more fuzzy than the other yarns that I have been using, but I think he turned out really cute. And I sewed his wings down a little bit lower so I could tack them like just right under his ears. I have to keep watching for customers because I don't want to be filming when somebody comes in. So I think he turned out really cute. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here for. I do have to work at 1. But I'm going to start another bat. I only brought 1 bowl with me, so maybe, well, I don't want to use up all my gray on bats because it's good for pigs and cows too. So I'll be back later. It's 11:35. I only had 1 more customer come in, and she bought 1 squash, which was a weighted item, and I figured it out by myself. So this is my progress. I got another bat started. I just have to do his wings and sew them on, and then I'm done. But I think I'm gonna stop because my hands are bugging me quite a bit. And I just need a break. Just need a break from the crochet. So yeah, that will be it for now. I think I'm just gonna grab some old stock, and I'll price some more stuff for my clearance bin. And I don't know how much more I'll make and show you before my market, so this might be the end of the video. I don't know, but if I'm back, I'm back. If I'm not, I'm not. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. So the whole time I was here, I thought I turned the sign on. I did flip the switch, but Lisa just texted me and said, can you turn the sign on? I said, well, I turned it on first thing this morning. I flipped the switch. And then I noticed there was a button right on the sign, so I flipped that switch. I'm flipping switches. No lights are coming on. And she's like, no, it's right at the outlet under the window. There's an on-off button right on where you plug it in. So I've been here for 2 hours with the sign off, but I thought it was on. Anyway, it's on now. It's all good. I'm done crocheting for the day, I think. I think I'm done for the day. And I think I'm done for the week, honestly, because I got too much to do tomorrow. I got to make cards and go through my bins, so I won't have time to do it tomorrow. So I think I'm just going to end the video here, and I will start my new video at the market on Saturday. And I'll have new stuff in my clearance bin. Not new stuff, but I have to go through my stock and find some more stuff to do another clearance bin, because I have so much stuff at home that's not selling. And I just pulled a bunch of stuff from Lisa's shelf. This has been here for over a year. This is going in the clearance bin. I really didn't like this pattern anyway. This has been here forever. And this beautiful jumbo turtle that I did in jumbo yarn, it's going in the clearance bin. I had 50 bucks on it, but it's a good size. So I'm gonna mark that down to 40. I don't think I'm gonna go much lower on this. And we'll have a new clearance bin full of stuff that hasn't been in the clearance bin before. So that's it. I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.